it's Jackie here from Keep Kids Safe in Dance. I know that most of you will be feeling a real sense of loss with these restrictions, especially our Victorian dancers who are in lockdown again. When we don't have the freedom to express ourselves through dance, it's really hard. Dancers are very special humans and we need that physical and artistic outlet. So how do we make the most of this situation? How do we keep our mental health strong as we adapt to this new normal? Throughout this video, you will hear from some super amazing people who work in the arts, from major musical theatre stars, creative directors, choreographers, producers, commercial dancers, an artist from the Australian Ballet, dance teachers, artistic directors, arts administrators and a Western performer. They share openly how they are coping and give you some tips and tricks that I know you will find incredibly motivating. Most of all, it shows you that it's okay to feel during this time, to be emotional and to have struggles. We all do. We all have them, and there are ways to navigate through them. We hope you enjoy and find some comfort in hearing from these incredible people. I know this is a super strange time, right? I mean, growing up, this is not something that I ever experienced. I know as a young person who loves dance, this is, well, it's extra hard for you. There's something about being a dancer, the love, joy and passion. It's super intense and we have such a strong sense of belonging to our art and to our community. So when it's not there, we experience a great sense of loss. I know that dance teachers are working really hard within restrictions to try and deliver dance education for their students. For those still in lockdown, they really miss you. Dance teaching is not meant to be done online. Mental health as a dancer is something that we should always be investing in, but especially when times are more difficult, it's a great reminder to keep it as a high priority. Throughout this video, you will hear from some super amazing people who share openly how they are coping. When you listen to these incredible mentors, be aware that everyone is feeling a little down about our new normal. Try and catch their positivity and listen to their tips. You will find that you will connect with someone or something that is said. Use this to help yourself, and please know you're not alone. We must take advantage of every situation. Just like an injured dancer, these times give us a chance to work on things we wouldn't normally have the time or energy for. After training thousands of young people, I can assure you that I watched the injured dancers who were headstrong and motivated go through the most incredible transformations during their recovery. They had an opportunity to work on things that needed attention, but were often neglected due to busy schedules and other priorities. Grab a journal or a piece of paper and write down some things you would really like to achieve during this time. You could think about core strength. A strong core will help you in every part of your technical training. No matter your style, if you have a strong core, your technique will benefit. Ask your teacher for some core strength exercises, speak to your parents if they have a personal trainer, or attend a gym, and take Pilates classes online. Research the progressing ballet technique programs. There are so many resources to support you. If you spend this time working on your core strength, I promise you, you will return to dance much stronger and centered, and this will in turn improve your self-confidence. Maybe choreography is something you want to work on. Creating your own short works or even just phrases, so 1, 2 or 3 counts of 8. Explore and develop your aesthetic, your personal style. Listen to a favourite song or a song that interests you and start moving. You can also get some ideas down on paper and start creating from there. Watch your idols online, build a mood board for dance choreography. You don't need to share your work. There is no pressure to do this. Make it for you. Perhaps this is a great time for you to work on a style you want to get better at. If your school is doing online classes, get a recording of the session or film yourself during the class and take that class 3 extra times in the week. Remember, repetition is your best friend. Repetition is the path to mastery. Walt Disney gave us some amazing advice. He said, "All the adversity I've had in my life, all of my troubles and obstacles have strengthened me." You may not realize it when it happens, but a kick in the teeth may be the best thing in the world for you. What I want you to do is think about your story through this time. When you think back, when this is all over, what did you do? What did you learn? How did you make the most of this time? What sets you apart? Rather than waiting for this to be over, what are you doing to make the most of it? You are the author of your own story. How do you want it to read? Think of this time as an opportunity to transform, to improve, to write your story. See this time as the most amazing opportunity to grow and do things you wouldn't normally get to do. I know that listening to the news and hearing people talk about the pandemic and the restrictions and lockdowns is, well, it's really quite scary. It's all very negative, and yes, of course, that makes us feel anxious and worried, and often it can make us lose motivation. But I'm challenging you to see this as positive. We have been given this really special time to do things in a way we wouldn't normally. It can make us stronger and more resilient. And as dancers, let it build our independence and our fight. Let's do everything we can to be better in every way. In our thoughts and mental health, in our bodies and in our emotions. Listen, dance is not easy and it takes ridiculous commitment, right? I mean, your friends will never really understand what you do. It makes you different, special. Don't give in to the negative. Use your strength and power to promote the positive within yourself and, if you can, in others too. Be the difference. Write your own story. I've asked some of our amazing professionals in the industry to let you know what they are doing during this time to stay positive, improve themselves, and avoid the negative. They also have some tips on how to stay motivated, get stronger, continue to improve, even whilst in lockdown or within restrictions. There are so many amazing role models for you throughout this time, your whole dance training and beyond. Look to these people for support. Learn about their own journeys and absorb yourself in all these wonderful lessons they have that they can teach us through their determination, their passion and their talent. I'm going to share with you the connection that I have with our guests and also some information on what they have achieved in their careers. I want you to be motivated by this information. Know that one day that could be you too. You can follow in their footsteps. Also notice the incredible variety of each person's career. Though we find ourselves in a place where the arts is very quiet, we can't be here forever. And throughout history, people have always looked to the arts to help inspire and evoke happiness in even the hardest of times. The arts will come back, and it will come back with force, and it will be appreciated more than ever. Remember to always respect those who have come before you and allow their journeys to inspire and motivate you. Choose your mentors and follow them closely. Connect with those that inspire and motivate you, and know that your dream is possible. I am so excited to introduce our first speaker, the one and only Luca Donato. This girl has a heart of gold. She is an absolute pocket rocket. If you want to be motivated, if you want to see the good in the world, this is your girl. She makes my heart smile. She's unbelievably talented, and she is an amazing example of how hard work and following your dreams will take you to some really exciting places. Luca's credits include cast and also the dance captain in the Australian premiere of Bring It On, the musical. She was in the cast and also dance captain in Stage Arts 9, the musical, West Side Story on Sydney Harbour for Opera Australia, Billy Elliot, the musical. Luca's dance talent is exceptional. She is the epitome of hard work and determination. She is fearless in her pursuit of her dreams and an absolutely beautiful person inside and out. She is a great role model to many, many young people. If you don't know her or follow her, you should start right away. She's assisted some of Australia's finest choreographers, including Andrew Holsworth, Kelly Abbey, Michael Ralph and Marco Panzic, and international choreographers Travis Wall, Stacey Tukey and Elle Blackstone. Her work ethic is exceptional, her energy is bright and her outlook is positive. She is so loved by all in the industry. Here she is.
Hey guys, it's Luca Donato. It's really hard at the moment to stay positive and motivated, but what I really find helps is just keeping your mind in what you have and what you can do instead of what you can't do and what you don't have. Yes, we don't have space, but we do have something. We do have a space where we can dance, and we do have a place where we can still feel like we're at home, and we have a safe space. So something that if I'm starting to get in my negative head, I start to think about what I do have and what I'm grateful for, and what is helping me keep going through this time. Something that then makes me motivated is that, and then I go, okay, what can I do today that's going to make me happy? So I listen to my body. So for example, today I have energy, so I'm going to dance all day. But yesterday I woke up and I was so just not in for moving. So I just relaxed. I cleaned my room out. I did a yoga session. I just did things to find happiness in another way instead of just thinking dance is going to make you happy, because it does make us happy. But in these times, it might not on a day. You know what? Today might be a day where dance makes me happy, and then tomorrow I might wake up and be like, dance is not making me feel good, and that's fine. So then we end up going, okay, so how can I make this more positive? And then you go, great. And then I've throughout this experience, I've found my love for yoga, which I never thought I did. I started reading books again, which I haven't done in so long. There's Bird chatting to me. Hi. Nature, staying around nature and making you realize what's really important and what's, just so little in your brain. You're at times, if you just get stuck in that mental cycle, sometimes I just sit outside and I look at the clouds, or I look at a flower, and I completely distract my brain so that it doesn't stay on that circle of negativity. Instead, you completely distract yourself. But I hope you guys are staying well. For me, dancing, because we don't have a lot of space, which, it's fine to not have. Obviously, we can't travel a lot, but what we can do is work on repetition and work on style and work on rhythm and dynamics and movement quality. And that's something that I've always wanted to train in. And when I go overseas to LA and New York, I really love to understand their movement quality, because it's just so incredible over there. So having this chance here, I've been able to get classes in from overseas, from London, from New York, from LA. And so I'm practicing movement quality and understanding the value of dance. So not how high I can kick my leg, not how many turns I can do, the value of dance and what it means to me and what it means to be able to then eventually go back on stage and share it with people who don't understand dance, but understand intention and love. I've just thrown so much at you, but I hope that you have found something in this that make you trigger and be like, oh, that's right, I can do this. We can, we will, and we will get through this. I'm sending you guys so much love. You are so strong to be doing this in this time. We are all strong, and we're going to get through this. Mwah!
Our next guest is the amazingly talented and beautiful Stephen May. He has played lead roles in major musicals including Jersey Boys, Miss Saigon, Grease the Musical, The Rocky Horror Show, Mamma Mia, and Saturday Night Fever, to name just a few. He was also in the top 12 of Channel 10's I Will Survive. Stephen is a passionate and unbelievably talented performer. He loves his family, he operates from love and kindness, and he is passionate about equality, especially in the arts. I had the privilege of working with Stephen at a Showstoppers event, and I was blessed by his kindness and his humility. He is a true professional and an absolute force in the industry. Here he shares some words with you to keep you motivated and strong. Please listen carefully, as he has an abundance of knowledge and experience, a true mentor for any performer.
Hi there guys, my name is Stephen May. I just wanted to say hi, ask how you're all going, and I think that's really important to make sure that we check in and ask ourselves how we're doing. I Jackie asked me to do a little video for you guys to sort of say what's been happening. What am I doing? Welcome to 2020 COVID-19. It's certainly a different world, isn't it? I guess what I've been doing is really turning inwards and seeing what's really important to me and what's not important to me. For some of you, those decisions you probably don't even have to make yet, but it's exciting to go, okay, well, you know, how exciting is it to go outside, or how exciting is it to see your friends? And sometimes when you don't have those things, you realize how important family is and how important friends are. In terms of being in the industry, it is pretty sad to see that we can't go out and see a movie, we can't go to the theatre, we don't know when the theatres are going to be open again. And so I've really decided to go back to basics, go back to class, whether that was online or just going back to old classes that I've done before. And listening to a lot of podcasts, I've really listened to different things that have gone, what makes me inspired right now? And what does make me inspired is seeing other people achieving things, but really understanding where I come from. And I think that's the most important thing, that even at 38, I am 38 on Monday, it is so important just to check in with you and don't worry about everybody else. Because what you do and your unique individuality is so important as an artist, as a human being, as someone that wants to achieve something in this world. Performing is an interesting thing because we put ourselves out there and we're so vulnerable and we're told we have to be a certain way and there's certain techniques. But remember, like, we all come from a beautiful place of being human beings. We are naturally here and we're in this skin, and you know, we've all got our different looks and our different ways of being. But just remember to be yourself. I think that's really, really important. Be yourself. We are influenced by so much, by social media, by television, what we're supposed to be wearing, what we're supposed to be doing. Stay true to yourself, and you'll find that the good people come to you, and all the bad things that happen, well, they just start to drop away. Have fun, guys. Have fun. I know it's hard, you're inside, but learn as much as you can. Be a sponge. Read books that challenge you. Read books that you need the dictionary next to you and you have to find out what that word is. Ask questions. Reach out on social media and ask me anything you like. Okay? Reach out. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you guys are having fun. And if you need motivation, there's so much stuff online. There's so many things you can reach out to myself, to Jackie. But most of all, like I said, be yourself, enjoy. And look, I hope to see you on stage one day. All right, guys. See ya.
Now, our next guest I could talk about for years. This girl is the most humble, empathetic, caring and kind person you could ever meet. While staying headstrong and committed to her goals, she supports everyone around her. She has the most incredible work ethic and an unwavering commitment to her career. She is courteous and polite, she cares for others and their success, she pushes people up and she celebrates their achievements. She is truly an angel on earth, and she shares her exceptional talent, smile and passion with us every day. I am truly privileged to have met her, mentored her, and to have her spirit in my life. She reminds me every day with her smile and laugh that life is a gift, one that we should be truly grateful for. She starred in many musicals, including We Will Rock You, Dirty Dancing the Musical as Kathy and understudying Elizabeth, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and American Idiot, where she was a cast member and dance captain. She's danced with Flo Rida, Ollie Murs, Samantha Jade, Britney Stevens, Bobby Fox, Baz Luhrmann and Ricky Lee. This is literally just scratching the surface of her career. If you want an idol and someone to aspire to, Kyla is your girl. I had the absolute privilege of watching her transition from a shy, hardworking student to the force she is today. If you want to succeed in this industry, really succeed, then you need an unshakable work ethic. This girl never took no for an answer. She pushed herself until she had no boundaries left. You need to listen to her and follow her. Put a photo on your fridge or for inspiration. Reach out to her, model her behaviour and learn from her. Know that you can be humble and successful at the same time. Carla Bartholomew's, you literally are a piece of heaven on earth.
Hi guys, my name is Kyla Bartholomew's and I am a very proud ambassador of Keep Kids Safe and Dance. I just wanted to talk to you all about some of the things that I've been doing to not go absolutely crazy during this weird time. Who knew that 2020 would be this difficult? And for people that don't cope with change very well, it's been massive adjustments. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't always been, motivated and happy, and it's been a massive roller coaster. But I will say the one thing that has kept me going is staying active, and staying active as much as you can in your space. So in our apartment, we've moved our furniture around and we've got our yoga spot over here. Doing yoga every day has just been a godsend. Going for walks, I'm so lucky that I've got a beautiful dog sleeping somewhere. So she gets me out of the house at least twice a day. And also doing things like Pilates and stuff that's easy on your mat has been just honestly the only way. The other thing I will say is I've got 3 major things that have really helped me. That's the first one, keeping active, even though it's really hard to get out of bed some days. That's number 1. Number 2 is eating really healthy. And sometimes when you're sitting in your feelings and all you want to do is sit on the couch and eat chocolate, the best thing you can do for your body is have brain food, so having carrots and apples and eating well. And the third thing is staying in touch with your people. It's really easy for my brain especially to over dramatize and think one day I've got no friends, nobody likes me, I'm untalented, I don't know what I'm doing with my life, and just spiraling down. But then as soon as I pick up the phone and call my best friends, everything is better again. So they're my main 3s, is talk to your people, eat healthy, and stay active. Stay safe, you guys. Wear a mask if you're in Melbourne, and I hope that's helped. Mwah. Big love, always.
I'm so excited for you to hear from our next guest, Marko Panzic. He's a creative director, choreographer, producer, and dancer. Marko's bio is way too long for me to tell you all the things he's done, but I will mention a few highlights. Firstly though, what you might not know about Marko is that he's unbelievably passionate about the performing arts industry and the people within it. Marko is such an important person in our industry and dedicates much of his time to fighting for a fairer and safer dance industry. He's an advocate for all things dance and is a mentor to many thousands of young people. Much of this work he does without any recognition. He is driven by his genuine passion to make a change. He is truly an inspirational person who represents everything that you should look for in a mentor. I have been privileged to cross paths with him and constantly grateful for his love and support. Marko is the artistic director of Australia's first commercial dance company, the Dream Dance Company. He's worked as a performance producer for Australia's Got Talent, The Voice, and The Voice Kids. He is the artistic director of the Australian Dance Festival and he's choreographed for Eurovision. As a performer, just some of his credits include the ARIA Awards, the Logies, Dance Captain for Fame Musical, Urban Music Awards, Australian Idol, Grand Final, and X Factor. He was top 20 finalist in So You Think You Can Dance Australia and then choreographer for the 3 years following. Marko has worked with many of the finest recording artists, including Robin Thicke, Ricky Martin, Jason Derulo, Ricky Lee, Jessica Mauboy, Kylie Minogue, Danny Minogue, will.i.am, Jerry Halliwell, Kelly Rowland, Sam Sparrow, Little Mix, Delta Goodrum, Justice Crew, Seal, Joel Madden, Rudimental. Again, the list just goes on and on. When you have passion, drive, humility, kindness, and love like Marko does, the world is your oyster. Please enjoy and take on board all of his advice and words of wisdom.
Hi guys, Marko Panzic here. I find that these times have been extremely crazy and extremely difficult for especially the entertainment and arts industry. But I've also found a positive in this time. I really feel like this has given me the time to hear silence and have some inspiration and really clear my mind. I think it's really cool that I've been able to connect with what I really want to do. It's really made me dive deep to really think about the things I want to achieve, how I want my life to be, how I want to connect more with my friends, family, and other human beings. I think that this has really given me a time that I would not normally have. Usually with my career, I'm on the go and I'm flying here and I'm doing this. And this has really made me, for the first time, be grounded and really think about life and what is best for me. Because I feel like we always, as artists, put our art form first. And we always put, oh, I'm a dancer first, or I'm a choreographer first, when we always put on the back burner us, who we are as humans. So I think this time has been extremely important to connect with the human side of things, of us as artists, and also inspiring and rebuilding. This is a great time to rebuild, reaffirm what we want to do, and also look to a future that is going to be bigger, better, and more inspiring. And don't lose hope in that, you know? I think that is the most important thing in these times. Never lose hope. Because for me, I'm dreaming of a bigger and better industry after this, and a bigger and better me, you know? And that is the most important thing. You have to make sure you're looking after yourself in these times, because that is the most important thing, you know? You, your health, your mental health, your relationship with your family and friends. This is the time to really dive deep in with yourself and then start to rebuild your businesses, your career, your dance, your training, everything. Focus on how you can be better and how brilliant it's going to be at the end of this. So I'm sending you all love, hope, and joy. And I hope to see you soon in a studio or somewhere along the way in this incredible industry. And I'm wishing you all the best. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and the world is going to get better. Big love.
Our next guest is the ever beautiful Isabel Dashwood. Isabel studied at the Australian Ballet School, and during her time at the school, she participated in a month-long exchange with Canada's National Ballet School, and there she received an award for excellence in both classical and character dance. Isabel joined the Australian Ballet Company in 2016. As well as her work on the main stage, she was part of the pilot Storytime ballet season and has danced on several regional tours. She's been nominated twice for the Telstra Ballet Dancer of the Year Awards. Some highlights of her career within the Australian Ballet include dancing Mirta in Giselle, the Lilac Fairy in The Sleeping Beauty, and Aurora and the Lilac Fairy in Storytime Ballet. Isabel is a gentle soul with a kind heart. She comes from a beautiful family of dancers. She is the tallest dancer in the Australian Ballet. And although this has been challenging at times, she shows us that hard work and determination, despite the challenges, helped her achieve many of her goals at such a young age. You will see and feel Isabel's kind-hearted nature as she talks to you. She has a beautiful sense of calm and a spirited energy. She is such a beautiful example to anyone who aspires to achieve goals similar to hers, that kindness and love can help make the journey so much more enjoyable. Isabel is so loved and appreciated in the industry. Please enjoy her beautiful chat.
Hi guys, my name is Isabel Dashwood and I'm a professional ballet dancer. This has been such a trying time for everyone in various ways, and I know as a dancer myself just how difficult it is to feel like the way we express ourselves has been confined to our living rooms and dining rooms. The one comforting thing that I found is that we are all going through this together, even though we're apart, and we will come to the end of this really difficult time of our lives. But art has been there throughout it all for us to keep us inspired and motivated and that's something that is really beautiful to me, that what we do, what we love, what we're passionate about is something that humanity relies on to continue expressing themselves and being creative. And I think that's really awesome. The pure joy of dancing has kept me motivated. The memories of past performances and rehearsing with my friends and colleagues has been something that I've loved to think about while I'm in lockdown. And I think the thought of possible performances in the future is something that I really am trying to hold on to and keep me going every day. I also am in lockdown with some of my family, and all of us living in this house are dancers, and we are all trying to navigate using the different spaces we've set aside for ballet class. And that's been really funny, but it's definitely held me accountable and kept me on my toes, which is great because they just keep me laughing and keep me inspired. And my mum has even given me some coaching and sneaky corrections. But I think it's really important to look out for your loved ones and try and stay connected as much as you can, in any way that you can. And I couldn't be more grateful to be in lockdown with some of my family, because without them, I think this would be a really difficult period. So I'm grateful for the crammed ballet that we've had to fit in this house. I found sticking to a schedule and maintaining as much of my normal daily routine as possible has been really important for me. So I will try and do my ballet class every day and stick to a Pilates sort of routine that helps build that foundation for my ballet technique. And then the rest of the day, I just fill with things I don't normally have the time for. So going on really nice long walks. I've taken up running in lockdown, which has been something I never thought I would do. I've always hated the idea of running, but it's really great to clear my head and move in space and get fresh air. I think that's really important, is that we get outside and see the sunshine and take in the world around us as much as we can in as much of a COVID safe way as we can. And there's so much out there online that is just churning through the internet at the moment, of people sharing their specialties and their passions. And I think that now is a great time to try some of those things that you never thought you could do. So do a Pilates class, a yoga class, or a salsa class on YouTube and Instagram. People are being so generous and creative, and this is the time when you are in your house by yourself, no one to judge you, and just enjoy trying those different things and finding hobbies that you didn't realize you had. Yeah, it's pretty amazing how much the internet has kept us connected, and those things are really important to keep your mind excited and creative. For me, I think isolation has been a time where I can't dwell on the negatives, and I really hope everyone out there finds the strength in themselves to feel like they can lift themselves out of any dumps that they find themselves in. We have so much to be grateful for. We are living through really difficult times, but people have lived through crazy things before, and as creative and inspiring humans, we will rise above it and get through it. And I know that art will be waiting for us at the other end to help us really live fully once we can live properly again. And I think, yeah, just get out in the sunlight and the fresh air and move your body and stay inspired and creative and active, and don't put pressure on yourself, and be grateful for the things that we have. And just remember, in 20 years' time, you'll be telling the next generation of people about these experiences and these really crucial moments in our lives, and we want to give them stories worth telling. So make the most of this crazy time and just don't focus on the negative.
It's hard to introduce the next guest without having the biggest smile on my face. The one and only Nadia Tornesi. Nadia is an Australian choreographer, instructor and creative who in just a few short years has become highly sought after in the entertainment industry. Nadia's television credits include The Wrong Girl, Neighbours and the TV Week Logie Awards as assistant choreographer for Megan Trainor. Nadia's live events include Justice Crew, Carrie Bickmore's Brain Beats concert, Nickelodeon Kids, Tennis Day for the Australian Open, Spiegel Tent, radio stations and many corporate entertainment events. She has also choreographed for events, festivals and brands such as Listen Out Music Festival with Champion and Homie, and worked alongside music artist KLP to facilitate a dance and music program for Nike Australia. She has also choreographed online campaigns for brands such as Super A and music videos for The Saga and Thomas Byrne. Nadia is also a highly sought after instructor for workshops and conventions Australia-wide. You may have seen her at an event like the Victorian and Australian dance festivals. And with all that experience, can you even believe that she started dancing in her lounge room at just 12 years old and only started formal training when she left school? This is when I met Nadia, and she was brand new to traditional styles of dance and even the discipline and studio etiquette of dance. She was the fastest learner because she was passionate and hardworking. Nadia had a deep desire to do something in dance, but not even she could have imagined the success she would have. Nadia is loved by all of her many students as she is so invested in them and the industry. She cares deeply. She always acknowledges the support she received and the people who came before her, and she inspires others to do the same. If you started training late, if you sometimes feel behind the others in your classes, you need to use Nadia as an inspiration that anything can be achieved if you just set your mind to it. Work hard, be kind, have an amazing attitude and work ethic, and dare to dream big. Nadia continues to enjoy such huge success, but operates with love and kindness.
Hi guys, I hope you're all doing amazing. My name is Nadia, for those of you who I haven't had the pleasure of meeting yet. I just wanted to jump on here today to give you a little bit of a rundown to what I've been up to during this crazy challenging time, and maybe give you guys some tips on how you guys can stay positive, and a few things about what you guys can do in this time if you're feeling a little bit stuck. Okay, so my experience so far in this whole isolation situation, that rhymed, has been tricky. It's been great. It's been not so great. It's been a mixed bag. I think my favorite way to look at it is day by day. I take everything day by day. I don't put pressure on myself. I don't allow myself to feel guilty for not wanting to do anything that day if I'm feeling a little bit, unmotivated or whatever. I just let myself feel how I need to feel, and that's really helped me. With that being said, I always try and get out of the house to do some exercise once a day. Even on the days that I'm feeling really flat, I'll always go for a walk, or I'll go, sit outside, or I'll go outside and do some star jumps or something. I think any physical activity, especially when you're feeling unmotivated, is super important. Yeah. So even when you're not really feeling up to it, it's such a good thing to do. And it might be a little bit hard when you start, but by the end of it, you'll just be like, I'm so glad I did that. So even a day where you don't necessarily feel like dancing or, thinking about dance that day, just getting out and getting the blood going and, clearing your head for a little second, you feel so much better for it. So another thing that I have actually enjoyed about isolation is the fact that I don't always get to jump into class. I think working and being a choreographer and just life in general, your life gets really busy. You're here, there and everywhere, and I don't always get the chance to jump into class and go back to training. So what I've absolutely loved is that I can just go ahead and download someone's tutorial, or, Zoom classes are all over the place. And that's been amazing. I've loved getting back into training, and I've loved learning from all different types of people. The amount of content that's out online is so incredible. And I think everyone has done such an incredible job of adapting so quickly, and putting out just quality training for dancers in Melbourne and, you know, all over Australia. So yeah, that's one of the things that I've absolutely loved. I've loved getting back into that. So if you are doing online learning and you are finding it, you know, a little bit tricky, or you don't feel as motivated, try and push through. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. But just try and give it a, 110%. I think it's so important in this time to just keep wanting to improve and, just pushing through it. And you know the feeling, even if you feel unmotivated before you start, you always know that if you give it your all, by the end of that hour of class, you're going to feel great. Throw yourself in there. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Be kind to yourself. And yeah, the last little thing, which is something I love to do all the time, but seeing as, people have a lot more time on their hands, I think an amazing thing you can do is to research. Yeah, and I know that might sound boring, but there is so much information out there, like incredible information about our dance history, about amazing choreographers that have, shaped what we're doing now. The steps that we're doing now have all come from somewhere. So I think in this time, a really good piece of advice I'm going to give to younger dancers, that you'll carry with you for the rest of your life, is to jump on YouTube, jump on Google, whatever you want, whatever you prefer. Look up your favorite style, start there. That's a good place to start, and research the history of it. Yeah. Research where it came from. Like, who are the, movers that paved the way, maybe what country it started in, maybe what culture it came from. There's so much information out there, and I feel like there's so much more to dance than just 5, 6, 7, 8 and what we put in our bodies. Yeah. Like understanding the history of where something has came from, is so important. And again, it's something that you're going to carry with through your whole career. And even if you don't choose dance as a career, it's just amazing information to have. So now that you've got this dance time, if you have a day that you're stuck with something to do, research. Yeah. So again, just start with your favorite dance style. That's probably like a good place to start, and just keep going back. There's so much information out there. Alrighty guys. I hope that information has been helpful. I hope giving you guys a little bit of insight to what I've been getting up to, and how I've been handling things is helpful. Yeah, just stay positive, be kind to yourself. Hope you're all well. Sending lots of love.
Our next guest is the very special Mitchell Fistovich. I can honestly say that I have never been faced with a young person so motivated and so determined and so self-assured. This guy knew exactly what he wanted from such a young age, and he literally was not taking no for an answer from anyone. Watching him transition into a professional career was an absolute privilege. It was so seamless for him. I've been so lucky to sit in the audience at many of his opening nights, and I have cried hysterically at every single one. If you want something, if you truly, genuinely want it, you ache for it and you can't imagine doing anything else, then you can achieve it. You find that dream and you follow it relentlessly. Like Mitch, don't take no for an answer, rule out the insecurities, push away the internal negative voices, and don't hear the external voices, and just make it happen. I watched Mitch also transition to a mentor, and this was one of the most rewarding times of my career. He shares his knowledge and skill and passion with a great sense of warmth and humility. Mitch is something else. He is strong, he's a little bit wicked, he is funny, wildly talented, unbelievably hardworking, but he is kind and genuine and loving. If you ever have had a chance to be taught or mentored by him, You should consider yourself exceptionally lucky. Mitch has worked with top choreographers and international recording artists like the Black Eyed Peas, Jessica Malboy, the Veronicas, the Rogue Traders and Cosentino. He's performed on the small screen on The Voice Australia, X Factor Australia, So You Think You Can Dance Greece, and on stage at TV Week Logie Awards. His musical theatre credits include Chicago, Saturday Night Fever, Priscilla Queen of the Desert, Aladdin, Hugh Jackman's National Arena Tour of Broadway to Oz, Baz Luhrmann's Strictly Ballroom the Musical, Wicked, Mary Poppins, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, and Oliver. Mitch shares his thoughts with us today, along with Ewan George. Now, I met Ewan George not too long ago, but I'd always followed his career with great interest. When I first met Ewan, the first thing that struck me was his loving spirit. You know when you meet someone and you just have that lighter feeling, you feel more alive and loved? Well, this is Ewan. He's like a ball of positive energy that spreads love everywhere he goes. Another perfect example of the possibility of being successful and humble. When Ewan sings, he gets inside of you. He has a talent that is indescribable with words. You watch him perform and you are taken on this journey with him. Sometimes you see someone and you think, oh wow, they are doing exactly what they were born to do. Yep, that's Ewan. Ewan took centre stage in 2019, playing Tony in Saturday Night Fever. He starred as Felicia in Priscilla Queen of the Desert. Some of his other credits include Anything Goes, The Producers, A Chorus Line, for which he was the youngest ever nominee for the Helpman Award for the Best Actor in a Supporting Role in a Musical, Legally Blonde and Grease, which he understudied the roles of Kenickie and Vince Fontaine, as well as understudying and performing the role of Teenagel. He played the dream role of Marius in the Australian tour of Les Mis. He was the lead singer in Burn the Floor. He starred in the Australian tour of Kinky Boots as one of the angels and covered the role of Lola, which he performed many times to great acclaim. Oh my goodness, and that's not even his whole bio. Like I said, learn from those who have come before you. These amazing artists have taken time out of their days to speak to you. So listen, soak it up, and just enjoy.
Hey, I'm Mitchell Fischevic.
And I'm Ewan Deutsch.
And we are professional musical theatre performers. One way that we have stayed positive throughout this time is having a daily routine. So trying to get up at the same time every day, eat food, do a workout, go for a walk, take our puppy for a walk.
Yep.
Try and stimulate the brain in some way, but also not putting too much pressure on ourselves to try and do something every single day.
I think it's really important to not compare yourself to others and how other people are coping through this time. Just remember that your journey is your journey, and be kind to yourself.
And also not to spend too much time on social media, because that's not good, because that's how we compare ourselves to others.
Absolutely.
Going, oh, that person's doing that person's doing that. Do you? It's your journey.
What I've done during this time is explored different skills that I haven't really had time to do before, or something that I'm really interested in that I haven't really allowed myself to explore. So that's a way for me to keep motivated is by doing that, and also keeping up the skills that I already have, because it's very quick for them to disappear when you are not using them all the time. So for me, that's what I've been doing.
Keeping to a daily routine and writing myself out a list of goals that I would like to accomplish by the day. I'm not making crazy goals to save the world and to accomplish this and accomplish that. I'm just doing simple day-to-day tasks that I know that I can complete, so it keeps me motivated.
I think that all you can do is keep going, stay positive, be kind to yourself, and know that at the end of each day, you've done the very best that you can, and that's all that matters.
And remember just to keep doing things that make you happy.
Lots of love, wear a mask.
So now, the ever beautiful and hardworking Monica Swain. She's yet another example of how dedication, unwavering commitment to a dream, and a kind spirit can lead you to success. Monica, as a full-time student, was fiercely passionate about everything she did. She was very focused on achieving her goals and was so systematic in her approach. She is unbelievably organised and disciplined. This approach has seen her achieve great things. Many producers trust her with high-pressure roles, including understudy of lead roles and swing. Monica is honestly one of the most passionate artists I have ever had the privilege of working with. She's currently working in London, has enjoyed immense success. Some of her credits here and overseas include the swing and cover for Jasmine, Aladdin the Musical, swing and understudy of Mary Poppins. She played Margarita, an understudy for Maria in West Side Story. She's performed at the Royal Opera House in London. Some other credits include Me and My Girl, Follies in Concert, Fiddler on the Roof, Wicked, Last Man Standing, Nice Work If You Can Get It, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, Anything Goes, and she was top 6 finals for the Rob Guest Endowment. Enjoy as Monica shares with you some insightful thoughts on what she is doing to stay motivated and strong, both physically and mentally. She is a true gem. I know you'll love her.
Hey guys, my name's Monica Swain and I currently live in London in the United Kingdom. And I'm going to chat to you about this global pandemic and how it's affected our lives as performers and as dancers and as those who are in the artistic slice of the world. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is we need to stay positive, 100%. Like, it's okay to acknowledge those days that you're feeling a bit low and you're feeling a bit sad, because essentially everything that we've had as an outlet, whether that be going to dance class, whether that be seeing our friends, you know, whether that be going to the shops with our family with no restrictions, we've essentially lost that at the moment, and we're working together to make sure that everyone is safe during this pandemic. So those outlets that we've always had have essentially been taken away from us. And we will see other people in the world at the moment with their lives slowly coming back, but the entertainment industry and the dance industry, we have a bit of a further way to go till our lives return to normal. So number one is that we just need to stay positive, and we just need to remember that we're just idling at the moment. You know, dance classes on hold. Melbourne have gone back into a lockdown. So we're gonna take what we learnt in the first lockdown and we're going to apply it, but even better for this second lockdown. So staying positive. And that's easy to say that you're going to stay positive, but let's chat about a few ways that we can try and stay positive. So one thing is to try and avoid negativity. And during lockdown, the only way that negativity can come into our life is through the means of social media. So some days maybe detox yourself off that. Take yourself off your Instagram, take yourself off Facebook just for a day. Don't open those apps, and just really like have a look around you and what surrounds you in your day-to-day life. And just really delve into that. So avoiding negativity in a way where not ignoring happenings that are happening in the world at the moment, but just detaching and unplugging just for your own self is really important, because getting into that social media whirlwind can take you for a whole day, and it can really pull you down. So another one is, like, especially as an artist and a performer, we have this time to improve on ourselves. You know, we are our own moguls, so it's really important that, you know, there are days that you're going to sit around and do nothing, and that's fine. But, you know, use this time, this opportunity to really work on your craft and work on parts of you that you realize need working on. You know, for me, I definitely needed to work on a little bit of mobility and flexibility. So I've done that in lockdown. And, you know, if you need to work on your voice, like, do that. Have a look at, research stuff on the internet, research musicals, see what you love to do, see what inspires you, and get singing or get dancing. So that's one thing to improve yourself. Staying motivated is really important. Having a plan, having a few goals throughout the day. So waking up, having a routine is really important, I found. And, you know, even if it means that you wake up in the morning and you put on some music and you run through the warm-up that you do, where you would normally do in dance class by yourself, would be a first step. Secondly, if you guys have Zoom classes and you can get to them, go to them. It's really important that you keep up that technique, that you keep up even seeing your friends over Zoom. I know we're all muted and we've got to do thumbs up, but even just seeing each other on the Zoom screen is really, really good for mental health. The other thing I'm going to talk about is mental health. Super important to just identify that we're going to be in a different place mentally. It's going to be sad sometimes, and identify that and be okay with that. But it's okay to reach out to people and have a chat, and make sure you stay social with your friends. Like, if you're allowed to call them, give them a call. If you can socially distance seeing people, that's a really good idea too. But like I said, Zoom dance classes, and even just having like a little Zoom chat, all of you, after class is finished and you've all done your homework or whatever, just keeping in touch with everyone, because remember, like, whatever you're feeling, someone else is probably feeling that as well. So it's good to always tap in with one another and be supportive of each other. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is exercise, which is one of my favorite things, and one thing that has got me through this lockdown is making sure that we're staying physically active. You know, for a dancer, I want to say between 30 to 40 minutes a day, even if that's dancing flat out, doing your core exercises. You know, have a really good YouTube for some really great dancer core exercises, whether that be your parents have some light weights and you can do like some dumbbell curls or some squats, or even just air work, like air squats and some push-ups, like keeping physically active, because it is scientifically proven that exercise improves mood and improves our health. So let's stay active, stay positive, and we'll get through this. Bye!
I'm not sure if you've noticed, but it's kind of a pattern here that all of these artists are the nicest humans. Kind, humble, and extremely passionate about their industry and the people within it. Now, our next guest only started dancing at age 14. Ben Scarmazzino, a young man who melts my heart. Again, another amazing example of determination and hard work. I first met him as a hip-hop dancer with very little experience, and after 2 years graduated as an exceptional performer in many genres and styles. It didn't come easy. It came with absolutely blinkered commitment and drive. Again, this kid was and still is the kindest soul, focusing on himself and not those around him. He operates with love and lifts others up. He proved to everyone that he was worthy, and he's been rewarded for all of his hard work. He was part of the cast of Bring It On the musical. He's performed at many corporate events and functions, including the AFL Grand Final with Tones and I, the Grand Final Footy Show Review, and the Rugby World Cup opening ceremony. He's also performed alongside artists such as Casey Donovan, Justice Crew, Shepherd, Peking Duck, and Guy Sebastian. Ben is an exceptionally talented choreographer and is beginning what I predict to be a very long and fruitful career in this area. He has already choreographed for the Australian Open Kids Tennis Day, Racing Victoria, RMIT, and much more. He is also a talented teacher and mentor. I highly recommend you connect with him online, and if you can take a class, then do it. Get this guy in your armoury. He will teach you a great deal. If you connect with his story, if it speaks to you, reach out. His kindness will always speak back.
Hi guys, I'm Ben Scarmazzino, and I'm going to run you through a little bit of my experience over the past couple of crazy months. It's been challenging, to say the least. Lots of ups and downs, lots of in-betweens as well. But I think what's really gotten me through this time is having to find new ways to feel fresh every day. I think as dancers, we're very used to going to this rehearsal, going to this class, rehearsing for this concert, got comps on the weekend, ballet on Monday. But obviously being forced to do nothing, it has this overwhelming sense of nothingness that we're not used to. So what's really helped me is finding some new things to do, but also maintaining a little structure for myself. For example, I will wake up in the morning, I'll make sure that I make my bed, I have breakfast, and then I exercise. Just 3 little things that I can knock off my checklist and just say, yep, I did those 3 things today. Now the rest of my day is open to new things. I think the morning routine is good because it will clear your mind of any kind of stresses, any anxiety you might be feeling, or anything that you might be feeling. It just kind of releases, gets your body flowing, keeps your body moving, which I think is also really important for us. And yeah, so then the rest of the day is free. You can try something new, or you can watch something on Netflix, or you can FaceTime your friends, and it doesn't carry with it that guilt of, oh, just another day in lockdown, because you've done something already that makes you feel good, and it's for no one else but for you. So that's really helped me, and it's really kept me fresh and even creative in this time, because, you know, we rely heavily on creativity in the dance world. So keeping a clear mind is always really, really important, I think. Yeah, on the dancing, fitness wise, I felt like I've never felt so unfit in my life. And at first I was really annoyed by that, but then obviously I forgave myself, because, you know, we don't realize how fit we are, and obviously having to not being able to dance in a studio all the time, we are going to feel the effects of that. So I think it's really important for us to stay on top of it. My routine in terms of exercise is I do 1 day strength, 1 day cardio. So I'll do some core work at home, I'll do any type of yoga or Pilates, whatever I'm feeling that day at home, and then the next day I'll go for a run, and then I'll do strength again the day after that, and then run again, and then take a break on the weekend, depending 1 or 2 days, depending on how I'm feeling. Even just feeling exhausted from that still doesn't compare to feeling exhausted from doing nothing every day. I think you'd rather just be physically tired but have such a clear mind. I think that's really helped me through this time. And also keep on top of your body for when we do return. You don't want to return to dancing and then get a possible injury from being unfit and out of practice. I think it's really important to stay on top of your technique and your foundations, back to complete basics. Really, really important. In terms of class, it's been interesting doing the whole online thing, Zoom, Instagram Live, tutorials, something we've never even thought about doing before, and it kind of took us all by surprise, but we all jumped into it, I think, with open arms, which was really nice to see. It's obviously tough because we're so used to the energy of other people in a room with us. Whether we realize it or not, we feed off each other a lot. So having to dance by ourselves at home was challenging for me at first, but sooner or later I began to see the beauty in doing it just for you at home. And there's a different way of learning when you're doing it by yourself. And I've found that I've learnt so much about myself by learning at home and by teaching at home that I wouldn't have learnt if I didn't go through this experience. It's very different, but it's also nice to see people on a screen and just know that they're there doing the same thing in their house, and we're all kind of in this together. This isn't just something that you're experiencing by yourself. We're all going through it. So I think just take the time out of your day when you do an online class or you do a Zoom, a tutorial, either way, you know, say hi to those people, acknowledge them. They're there with you for that time. Really make the most of it. And if you do someone's tutorial, send them a message and say thank you. Like, I've personally loved just keeping that little bit of connection with my students and with my friends and my teachers and all of that through this time. I think it's really important that we really band together. So then when we do return, we come out stronger again through all of that. Yeah, I think I'm excited for when we do return. I hope that that's really soon. But I think the biggest thing for me to get through this is reminding myself that everything is temporary. Nothing lasts forever at all. And especially in this time, you know, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or in a week or in 2 weeks' time. We might be like this for a bit longer than we expect, but I think it's really important to focus on today and do little things with that within your day that will make you feel happy in that moment. If you want to put on your favorite pair of jeans and wear them around the house that day because that makes you feel happy, then do it. You know, just little things like that will get you through this time, because it has for me. And then, yeah, I'm excited to come out of it and see everyone and, you know, have a big old boogie in the studio. But until then, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and hopefully see you soon. Bye.
Anna Singleton, aka Robot Girl. Where do I even begin with the Anna Singleton? I've worked with Anna for many years and we share the same passion for and dedication to education. Anna was always the perfect example to full-time students of how to create industry and work for yourself, how to be self-motivated and a positive force. I have so much respect for her and have always supported her quest to create a stronger and more unified industry. Anna has mentored thousands of young people and continues to do so. Another perfect example of a worthy idol for young people, regardless of your style. Anna is an urban and hip-hop choreographer, dancer, teacher, mentor and creative. Anna achieved one of her greatest goals working in Canada with Madonna to launch Hard Candy Fitness. Anna put this out to the universe and the universe responded. Achieving your dreams, regardless of the size, is possible. Her credits include Fame, the ultimate high school musical, So You Think You Can Dance, Australia's Got Talent, Everybody Dance Now, The Good Friday, Peel the Footy Show, The 7pm Project, and The Big Day Out. She's the director of Melbourne's first and only urban all-age dance company, The Legacy & Co. And she's produced and directed events including Step Off, running for 12 years, which was a huge dance crew Victorian-based competition. In 2015, she choreographed her debut show, Seeing Red, at the Malthouse Theatre. This is but just a small sample of the extensive dance exposure and experience that Anna has generated for herself, and highlights just some of the remarkable achievements that she has accomplished. I urge you to connect with Anna. You will feel her positivity and humble nature as she speaks to you through this video. Enjoy.
Hey everyone, my name's Anna. Hope you're staying happy, safe and motivated. I know we're not in the classroom at the moment, dancing with each other at dance events, but we are still connected and that's how you're watching this video right now. Technology is a crazy thing and we are so lucky to have it. So what does that mean? How do you stay motivated? How do you keep dancing? Well, we have pre-recorded videos, we have Zooms, we have so much dance on offer and it's quite amazing to see how agile our dance schools are in terms of giving you heaps of content to stay connected. So please use this time to set some goals for yourself. I've definitely set some goals for myself. I'm usually so busy that I never get to take an actual class as a student. I never get to find time to continue to work on my craft and work on my skills. So that's what I've been doing. I've been using this time to get stronger and better and set some goals for myself about what I'd like to achieve during this time. So when we're back in the classroom, I can feel more empowered. I can be a better teacher. I can provide knowledge to my students with everything that I've been learning. So you should take this time too as well. Don't wait for when we're back in the classroom. Use this time to set some goals for yourself, even as simple as, and I'm sure you're all extremely flexible, but as doing the splits or being able to do anything and everything. I'm a popper, so I want to continue to improve on my skills there. So have a think about what you'd like to improve on and set some goals. Don't waste this time. This is your best time to be motivated because you have more time to be motivated. Think about your usual crazy schedule. You know, you're motivated because you're excited to be around everyone. Now you're motivated to improve your own skill set and to make the most of staying connected. Hope you're all well. Take care of yourselves and stay safe.
The beautiful and unbelievably smart, witty and passionate Samantha Dashwood is talking next. You will notice how articulate Sam is when she speaks. She considers every word that she says. Sam has amazing dance technique and comes from a family of dancers. She is now the learning manager at Sydney Dance Company, a very prestigious position that she's worked very hard for. Sam is also an extremely talented teacher who cares deeply for dance and dance education. Sam is an amazing mentor to many young people and an outstanding example of how successful you can be in many aspects of dance. She has worked tirelessly to build her career and at the same time support and advocate for the arts with love and kindness. She's worked in full-time dance, delivering high-calibre training and formal vet qualifications, preparing dancers for a professional career in the industry. She is qualified in Pilates mat work and progressive ballet technique. Sam worked extensively with Skim Dance Company to establish Platforms Youth Company. With an interest in injury management and prevention, Sam worked to establish safer dance practices in full-time dancers, preventing injury and minimising recovery time, working with leading physiotherapists and healthcare practitioners. Sam is so loved by all of her peers. She is a gift to the industry and valued by all. I know you'll soak in everything she's got to give in this video. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Sam and I am a dance teacher and I work in arts administration. I found the last 3 months to be incredibly overwhelming, wonderfully rewarding, and have had many ups and many downs, as I'm sure everyone can relate to. I found motivation in the last few months through focusing on the things that I have gained or the things that I have learnt, and spending some time reflecting on those things and acknowledging the hard work that's been put into pivoting and adapting and being resilient in these times, and really noticing and acknowledging those things. I've really found a lot of joy in teaching online and not taking for granted the real shift and support that's occurred in these broader dance communities. I teach young children, and it has been so wonderful to see their families accommodate their dance classes online in their own homes. So seeing them convert their lounge room or their kitchen into a dance studio and giving their young person the space for them to participate in that class in an hour a week or multiple hours in a week, and that means, you know, giving up that space in their house for them to do that, and also for them to be hearing the music and my voice as I'm instructing the class, which, you know, I can imagine is very disruptive, but seeing how willing these families are to support their young person to continue to dance through this time, and for the families to acknowledge how important dance is in their young person's life for stability and for a chance to express themselves and for them to do something that brings them joy, has been a really wonderful and reassuring moment for me to see that happen. I've also continued to stay positive and grounded by making sure that I leave the house every day, even when working from home. I try and leave the house every morning and go for a walk and just relish the opportunity to feel the sun shining down and to gain some perspective outside of these small kind of workspaces that we create for ourselves in our homes or wherever it is that we find ourselves, especially during more strict lockdown periods. So being able to get outside and enjoy the time in the sun, spend time outside in the fresh air, has been a really important part of the last few months for me and has really brought me a good sense of grounding and perspective. I've also really loved seeing the sense of collaboration and support and community that has come, especially in the arts, because the arts as an industry tends to be one that is very much impacted first and recovers last, and it's been so wonderful to see how willing people have been to put forward ideas and share their learnings and their growth through this period of time. And it's been an amazing opportunity to participate in classes with people in other parts of our amazing country and share in the learnings that they have, or their styles or their ways of teaching, but also to be able to have access to this amazing digital content that's being delivered and developed around the world. The ability to tap into these things and use this as an opportunity for professional development and an ongoing sense of growth and learning has been a challenging, and, you know, oftentimes it creates a whole different kind of thought process around what we're doing and how can we do it better, but it's been incredibly rewarding to share in these learnings and participate in these activities all around the world. I know that we are far from through these challenges, but I each month and each week that passes, I feel like I develop more and more resilience into moving through the challenges that we're facing, and know that this is giving me an opportunity to be better at what I do, and for that I am grateful.
We're stuck in a difficult time where life feels difficult and arduous. What we have lost, I guess, is our freedom to move around. We're staying at home to keep ourselves and our families and others safe. But we still have access to education, to support, we have food and all of the things that we need to keep us safe and well. To find motivation, I want you to look to other stories of true struggle and life or death situations. Put your current story into perspective by looking to others who have gone before us. Audrey Hepburn is one of my ultimate all-time favourites. Her journey to success was full of devastation and trials. Audrey was studying ballet during World War II and was exposed to some of the most extreme physical and emotional difficulties one could imagine. Food rationing was severe in Holland, where she was living, and her family was involved in the war effort. What she saw as a young girl is beyond our comprehension. Dance was her passion and her escape. She took lessons in freezing conditions and even performed in small performances in absolute secret. Lights dim, music low, and curtains drawn. She taught private lessons from a small room in her house until she was caught by the Nazis. Despite all of her struggles, she continued to follow her passion, and she moved to London once the war was over. She was awarded a ballet scholarship with Ballet Rambert. Unfortunately, she was told when she was there that although she was extremely talented, the results of her malnutrition through many years of the war would make her dream of becoming a ballerina unattainable. From here, she moved into musical theatre and acting. She forged an extremely successful career for herself, despite all of the difficulties that she faced. Audrey is an amazing example of pushing through limitations to achieve. She shows us that without the thunderstorm, you just don't get the rainbow. Sometimes the harder our circumstances, the more determined we are to prove ourselves, to win and to achieve. And even after all of these struggles, she said, "How shall I sum up my life? I think I've been pretty lucky." We create our own luck. You can create yours. Be positive, be determined, be open to being amazing, and don't hold yourself back with feelings of unworthiness. Find your amazing and run. Believe beyond the believable. If you really set your mind to it, you can achieve anything you really want to. You set the boundaries. If you want something enough, you will achieve it. Don't stop until you do. You are worthy and you are strong. Don't be held back by your own or others' limiting views. If you can dream it, then you absolutely can achieve it. There are strategies to get us through difficult times, proven strategies, some that you may have heard of before and even tried. So let's remind ourselves or familiarise ourselves with these, and then you can do them on your own each day. A great time to focus on these exercises is in the morning, before your day really starts, before homeschooling starts, before breakfast, just as the day is beginning. Make sure you're in a quiet and safe space, which could be a bedroom. So I'm sure most of you have heard of belly breaths before. What I want you to do is place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. And we're going to breathe in through our nose for 2 counts and out through our mouths for 2 counts. Great. Now there are many ways to do this type of breathing. You could now try breathing in through your nose for 3 counts, maybe holding it for 3 counts, and then breathing out through your mouth for 3 counts. You should try and take your mind away from the thoughts that pop into your head. I like to imagine the number that I'm breathing. So for my first breath, I see the number 1. And then for my second breath, I see the number 2. I see the numbers floating through the air. You might find something else that works for you. Next is mindfulness. I'm sure you've all practiced this or been taught this at school. It's basically just a way to get your mind and your thoughts to be more in the present. It can help reduce stress and anxiety and even help to make you feel more focused and in control. I like to practice mindfulness when I'm doing everyday tasks like just having a shower. I try and take my thoughts and my mind away from everything and just focus on the water hitting my back or maybe my face. Or when I'm cooking, just only thinking about what I'm doing and not letting my thoughts run off to a bad day I had or something I was worried about or something that upset me. It takes lots of practice to bring your thoughts back to the present moment. There are lots of amazing free mindfulness apps, programs and YouTube channels. You could do a search and see what you can find. You might find one that you really love and you can practice that every day. Next is practicing gratitude, being grateful for what you have. This is such a powerful tool. It helps condition the mind to be more positive. We all have something to be grateful for, and acknowledging what that is super healthy for the brain. I like to sit down each day and say out loud the 3 things I was grateful for in my day. This could be my lunch, time with my kids, or something great that happened at work. You could do this as a family exercise each night over dinner, or even with a friend on FaceTime, or even just on your own. The more we recognise the good, the more we welcome it into our lives. Journaling is another great tool, and I always recommend this for dancers under even normal circumstances. Journaling is keeping a record, like a diary of your thoughts, feelings and experiences. It's a great way to get your thoughts out of your head and onto paper. It frees the mind and it makes you feel lighter, like when you talk to someone about how you're feeling. Dance journaling is a great way to remember what you have learned, but when you write how you are feeling, it helps to understand what might be making us feel anxious or worried, and we can then take steps to improving our thought processes and self-talk. It's great to really understand where the problems are, so we can talk to someone and get some advice and help on something really specific rather than just not really knowing what's wrong. Understanding our thoughts and feelings is a very powerful tool to really succeed at anything, but especially dance. We must have tools in our belt to support our mental health. So, to sum up, surround yourself with the people who are good for you. Find your tribe and invest in it. Follow people who inspire you and block the people who don't. If you can learn one lesson early in life, learn that other people's opinions do not matter. Be you, only you. There is only one you, so appreciate it. Find your purpose and pursue it. You are amazing, be amazing. Follow these mentors and learn from them. They care deeply about the next generation and the industry you are entering. Love what you do and love yourself. Good luck on your journey, and don't hesitate to make contact if you have any questions. You can do whatever you set your mind to. Much love, guys. See you next time.